Hello, my name is Randy Dobson. I'm an instructor here in the Houston, Texas area, and this video will be covering the mirror command in Autocad. Let me say up front that do not confuse the mirror command with the rotate command. Yes, there are certain rare instances to where if you rotate something or mirror something, they will turn out the same, but for the extreme vast majority, they will not be the same. Uh, I'm going to, I kind of drew this real rough thing here, and I'm going to put it over here. And with mirroring, what mirror needs is a line, which is also called a line of symmetry. I'm going to pull this over so you can see. What that means is it's the same on one side or the other. Typically, a human being, you draw a line down the middle of us, and we're pretty symmetrical. Obviously, not exact, but pretty darn close. Here, you take this cow, and you cut it in half. Here's half a turtle. And you can just mirror it over, but that's what's called a line of symmetry, or the symmetrical. And this can save you a considerable amount of time because, like this case, the person could draw this turtle and then they just mirror the other side and they're done. Okay. Whereas somebody that doesn't understand mirroring has to draw the whole object. So if I gave somebody this object right here to draw, let me just move this out of the way for a second. So if I told two people to draw this right here, you have two types. One that they look at this and say, well, this is symmetrical. That's the same on both sides. So I only have to draw this side. Whereas the other person just sees that they have to draw all these circles. Okay. So I've drawn these all over here, and I'm going to go to the mirror command, and it says select the object. So I'm going to select my objects. I hit enter. Now it wants the first point of a mirror line. If you've been working with copy and move and rotate, it's looking for a base point. Well, this needs a line, not just one point. So I'm going to pick the end, END, of this line, and I'm going to leave my ortho on just to make it easy. And I'm going to come down here. Now it's asking me, do I want to keep my source, which is yes. I'm going to say yes, I want to keep my source. I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Do you want to delete your source? Let me do that again. End. Do you want to erase it? No, it defaults to no. You just hit enter, and now I'm done. Okay, now for those that look at this and say that's too complicated, I'm going to rotate it. Well, I'm going to go to rotate, and I'm going to grab this object, and I'm going to grab the midpoint of it, and I'm going to go 180. Actually, let me go back. I'm going to go to rotate here. Base point will be the mid. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to go 180 degrees, and I'm done. Well, as you can see, this doesn't look like these. Okay, because when I rotated it, it wasn't the same as mirroring it. If you have anything around you, a drawing or something, put a mirror down on it, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Mirroring is not the same as rotating, but you have to understand that line of symmetry. You look at some of these drawings, and let me see if I can find something a little bit better to show you. I'm looking for something that might, well, we'll take this one right here. This is not the best one, but well, like this right here, technically to draw this circle, this side, all I have to do is draw this 1/4, because I can draw this and then use this as a mirror line and pop it down here. Then once I have this half, I can use this as my mirror line and pop it over to here. Okay, so sometimes same thing here. I could do 1/4, or at the worst I could do half of it. Whenever you can see anything that's symmetrical and the same on one side as the other, then you can use the mirror command. When it's a straight up and down, the ortho works the best, but let's just say that the object is rotated. They want you to do something like this. Okay, so once you draw that part to mirror it, then you can't use the ortho. You actually have to use that line. So I go to mirror. I pick the objects I want to mirror. I hit enter, and then it wants my mirror line. I'm going to type E and D for that end of that line, and then E and D of this line. I do not want to erase the source, so I hit enter, and there I've created it. And as you can see, it looks the same as this. Okay, so really mirroring comes into play when you get to a point that you can see symmetrical objects. Let me see what I typed in here. Symmetrical, well, I was kind of hoping I'd get something better than this. Uh, but here, you'd only have to draw half of it. So this one is not symmetrical, which is not a really good example. But this right here, all you would have to do is draw this half, because right here, and you can draw it symmetrical to there, and so on. So it's really getting that to where you can see it. It's a very very cool command. And of course, you can erase the object if you want to just mirror something to another side. You can erase the object, but most of the time you want to keep it because that's what you're trying to do, is create something over and over again. And that concludes my video on mirror command. Thank you.